Thanks for joining me on this week's episode of Biohacking Longevity with your longevity bestie, Jess Winfrey. I'm so excited that you are here and you want to learn all about peptides. But before we get into it, I've got to give you my disclaimer. The thoughts, views, and opinions that are expressed in this episode are mine and mine alone. They should not be taken as medical advice. Though I have done extensive research on these topics, I am not a medical professional. If you are interested in starting a biohacking longevity GLP-1 peptide journey, make sure you're talking to your medical provider. If you do not have a medical provider, the telehealth company that I use for all of my longevity medication is linked in the description of this video. Check them out. Let them know that the longevity bestie sent you. Okay, without further ado, let's get into today's topic of the day, the power of peptides. Let's talk about it. Here's the deal. Peptides are very scientific in nature, and I know most of us don't want to be talked to like we are in medical school. So I'm going to try to break it down for you. You are going to hear a lot of analogies, and you know what? In fact, we're just going to go ahead and have an analogy counter right here so that we can keep track of how many analogies I use to break down this episode. So peptides. Peptides aren't just a buzzword. They're one of the most powerful tools that are available for anyone looking to improve their health or reverse aging or enhance their vitality. In this episode, we're going to cover the basics, dive into a little bit of science, talk about the future, explore different peptides that are out there. It's going to be kind of an all in one little journey through peptide land. All right. Let's break down the science of peptides in a way that is easy to understand. Imagine your body is like a giant orchestra and your cells are the musicians. Peptides are the sheet music. They give your cells specific instructions on what to play, when to play it, because without clear instructions, your body just can get out of tune. Peptides are made up of amino acids, which are the tiny building blocks of life. When these amino acids are arranged in a certain way, they create peptides. These peptides then tell your body what to do, whether it's repairing damaged skin, boosting your energy, or even burning fat. As we age, our bodies naturally start producing fewer of them. And this is why we might feel more tired or heal slower or notice changes in our skin or weight. But by introducing targeted peptides, we can essentially hack our biology to restore youthful function and support longevity. You can think of it like this. If proteins are a full novel, peptides are short sentences, quick, direct messages that get things done fast and efficiently. Here's how it works. Peptides find specific locks on your cells called receptors, and they act like a key to open them. When they unlock these receptors, they trigger a specific action. For example, a GLP-1 peptide tells your body to manage blood sugar and curb your appetite. NAD+ peptides tell your cells to produce more energy and repair themselves. And sermorelin tells your body to release growth hormone, which helps with recovery and staying youthful. Each peptide has a specific job to do, and because they are so targeted, they're often safer and more effective than other treatments. This is why peptides are a cornerstone of biohacking. They allow us to optimize our body's function at a cellular level, and it gives us control over our health in ways that were just unimaginable a few years ago. And you might be wondering, how do I use peptides? Most peptides come in an injectable form, which might sound intimidating, but typically it's a quick, small needle that's injected into your belly or your thigh. And the reason for the injections is that peptides are fragile. If you swallow them, your stomach breaks them down and they might not work. We're going to be deep diving a little more into that coming up. But some peptides like NAD+ or glutathione can also come in IV drips or creams or nasal sprays. It just depends on the specific peptide and how it works best. Now, it is super important to remember that peptides are powerful tools. And like any tool, they need to be used the right way. That means getting them from a reputable provider who can help you figure out what peptides are right for you and how to use them safely. Biohacking is all about optimization, but it starts with doing it safely. Let's skim over a couple of peptides that have been making waves recently in the biohacking and longevity world. You've probably heard of some of these, if not most of them. Number one, GLP-1s, which are the peptides that regulate blood sugar, promote fat loss, and improve metabolic health. If you are looking for a tool to support weight management and anti aging and diabetes and inflammation and all of these other things, GLP-1s are just a game changer. The last episode is all about GLP-1s. If you are interested in learning more about GLP-1s, the past, present, and future, check that episode out. It is full of so much knowledge. The next peptide, NAD+, it is known as the longevity molecule. NAD+, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, enhances cellular health. It supports DNA repair, and it combats aging at a cellular level. Anyone who is serious about biohacking is probably using NAD+. And if they're not, they will be very soon. Another peptide that you might have heard a lot about is sermorelin. This peptide stimulates the human growth hormone and it helps with muscle recovery and skin health and overall has an anti aging effect. Next, glutathione, which is kind of taking the world by storm at the moment. It is a master antioxidant. So it's key for detoxing the body, reducing inflammation, and improving skin health. The next peptide I want to skim over is PT141. This is the libido peptide. So it really kind of targets your libido and your sexual wellness, which are two overlooked things in the overall longevity lifestyle, but I think they're vital components of thriving as you age. Each peptide offers unique benefits, but the real magic happens when you stack them together in a personalized treatment protocol. For example, you might start with GLP-1 for weight and metabolic health and then incorporate NAD plus to boost your cellular energy and repair. And then you can add glutathione to help with the detoxification and then add sermorelin to keep your skin glowing and healthy. There are so many ways that you can stack the peptides to work in a way that is going to help you hit your specific goal. And this is the essence of biohacking, combining tools and strategies to optimize your health. Peptides are powerful on their own, but when you combine them with good nutrition and exercise and other interventions, they can truly transform your longevity journey. The future of peptides is exciting. New research is uncovering peptides that could target diseases, improve mental clarity, and even reverse aspects of aging. As biohackers, we're on the front lines of this innovation. The peptides available today are just the beginning, and as science evolves, so do our tools for living longer, healthier lives. When I first started experimenting with peptides to help treat my PCOS, I wasn't sure what to expect, but I dove headfirst into all of this. I started with GLP-1s and I had really good success with it, not just on a weight loss scale, but also in my energy and my physical being, my physical wellness as a whole was just substantially better. Then I started incorporating NAD plus, and man, I could talk about NAD plus all day long. It has been one of those things that I don't want to like ever live without. The energy, the mental clarity, the focus that I feel, the sleep quality, like everything about NAD plus has been such a blessing to my life. Um, I'm also about to start glutathione. It is going to be that antioxidant that helps to keep me detoxed and just all in all, I guess, optimizing my health. There are so many other peptides that I want to try in the future as I continue to lose weight and I want to work on optimizing my muscle and all of these other things. So it's exciting. It's exciting to know that we are just at the beginning of these treatment options, and I'm excited to see where the future goes and what I'm going to get to experiment with and how it's going to affect me. Okay. This section you're going to want to take notes on, I promise, because this is going to be a lot of knowledge for you. So just prepare. We're going to be talking about the difference between natural versus synthetic peptides. We're also going to be diving into what bioavailability is and what half life is, because all of these things are important when figuring out which peptides you should look into using and why it's important to know the difference between what all of these things are. First up, natural peptides. These are peptides that your body makes on its own. They're like your body's original instructions for how to function. For example, your body naturally produces peptides to regulate things like metabolism and growth, and even how your skin repairs itself. But the challenge is that as we age, our bodies stop making the peptides in the same amounts, and that's when we start to notice the signs of aging. Synthetic peptides come into play when we create lab made versions of those natural peptides. These synthetic peptides mimic what our body already knows how to do, but sometimes with even more precision. Think of synthetic peptides as a customized upgrade. They can be designed to do exactly what you need without relying on your body to produce enough naturally. For example, natural peptides are like water from a natural spring. It's fresh and familiar to you. And synthetic peptides are like filtered and enhanced water. It's cleaner, possibly fortified with electrolytes, and made to give you exactly what you need. The beauty of synthetic peptides is that they can be optimized for specific effects, like improved bioavailability or a longer half life, which we'll get into next. By next, I mean now. Let's talk about bioavailability. This is just a fancy way of asking how much of this peptide can your body actually use? I said it once, I'll say it again. Peptides are fragile. If you take them as a pill, your stomach will likely break them down before they can do their job. And that's why most peptides are given as tiny injections. When you inject them, they go straight into your bloodstream and can get to work right away. Some peptides can also be absorbed through the skin or nasal sprays, but this only works for certain types because the delivery method depends on the peptide and how bioavailable it needs to be. For biohackers, understanding bioavailability is key because it ensures you're actually getting the benefits of the peptide. It's like fueling your car. You want the gas to actually reach the engine, not just spill on the ground. So let's talk about half life. Half life is a term that describes how long a peptide stays active in your body before it starts breaking down. You can think of it like this. If you water your garden with a sprinkler, the half life of the water is how long the soil stays moist before it dries out. Some peptides, like NAD, have a very short half life, meaning they work quickly and need to be replenished often. Others, like GLP-1, have a much longer half life, so you only need to use it once a week or so. So, why does this matter? Well, the half life determines how often you need to take the peptide and how stable its effects are in your body. Peptides with a short half life might require daily injections, but their fast action can be ideal for things like boosting energy or recovery. Peptides with a longer half life are better for sustained effects like regulating metabolism and supporting weight loss over time. So, when choosing peptides, understanding bioavailability and half life will help you figure out what works best for your goals and your lifestyle. But when we're talking about synthetic peptides, you got to keep this in mind. Scientists can design them to have a better bioavailability and longer half life than natural peptides, which makes them more effective and convenient. One of the questions that I've seen a lot is what's the difference between peptides and hormones? So let's talk about that. Using peptides can actually help regulate your hormones. Let's break it down a little bit. Hormones are like your body's email system. They're chemical messengers sent from one part of your body to another. They travel through your bloodstream and tell your organs, tissues, and cells what to do. Some examples of hormones that you might recognize: estrogen and progesterone, cortisol, known as the stress hormone, thyroid hormones, which control your metabolism and energy levels, Hormones are essential, but when they're out of balance, they can cause issues like fatigue, weight gain, mood swings, or even chronic conditions like PCOS and hypothyroidism. Peptides, on the other hand, are like text messages: shorter, faster, more direct. They're made up of amino acids, the building blocks of proteins, and they tell your cells to perform specific tasks. The key difference is that peptides don't travel as far or affect as many systems as hormones. Instead, they target specific receptors on your cells and trigger precise action, like stimulating the release of a hormone or repairing tissue. Think of hormones as the managers overseeing the entire office, while peptides are the team leads directly instructing individual employees on what to do. Peptides can help your body naturally regulate hormones by nudging your cells to produce the right amount. Instead of introducing synthetic hormones into your body, which can sometimes disrupt your natural balance, peptides work more like a reminder system. For example, growth hormone regulation. Peptides like sermorelin and CJC 1295 stimulate your pituitary gland to release the natural growth hormone rather than injecting synthetic growth hormone. This supports tissue repair, fat loss, and energy levels without overwhelming your system. Thyroid support. Peptides like thymosin alpha 1 can help reduce inflammation, which is often a root cause of thyroid imbalances. By calming the immune response, peptides indirectly support better hormone regulation. Stress hormones. Peptides such as BPC 157 can help repair the gut brain axis, reducing cortisol spikes and supporting healthier stress responses. One of the biggest benefits of peptides is that they work within your body's natural system. Instead of replacing hormones with synthetic versions, which can sometimes shut down your body's own production, peptides encourage your body to produce the right hormones in the right amount. This approach reduces the risk of side effects and creates a more sustainable long-term solution for balancing your hormones. So let's wrap this section up. While hormones are the big picture messengers that keep your body running smoothly, peptides are the precise tools that help regulate and fine-tune those systems. By using peptides, you can support your body's natural ability to balance its hormones, giving you a smarter, safer, and more effective way to optimize your health and live a longer, more vibrant. Once you've built a strong foundation, you can introduce peptides to supercharge your biohacking routine. Here are some common goals and the peptides that align with them. For longevity and aging, you have peptides like CJC 1295 and ipamorelin, or even thymosin beta 4 and epitalon. For weight management and metabolism, you have AOD 9604, GLP-1s, and tesamorelin. For recovery and performance, you have BPC 157, TB500, and CJC 1295. For hormonal balance, you have kisspeptin and sermorelin. And for skin and hair health, you have GHK-CU. Time your peptides strategically. Timing is everything when it comes to peptides, and here's how to incorporate them into your day. For your morning routine, you want to use peptides like GLP-1s or AOD 9604 to control your appetite and boost fat burning throughout the day. Pair this with hydration, a light workout, or intermittent fasting to maximize the effect. For a pre-workout, take peptides like CJC 1295 or ipamorelin about 30 minutes before your workout to enhance muscle recovery and repair. For your evening routine, nighttime is ideal for peptides like epitalon or thymosin alpha 1, which work with your body's natural repair processes during sleep. And during recovery periods for injuries or intense training, peptides like BPC 157 can be used daily to speed up healing. Peptides work best when combined with complementary biohacks. Here are some winning combos. Peptides and cold therapy. Use BPC 157 or TB500 to repair tissue, then follow it with cold exposure like an ice bath or a cold shower to reduce inflammation and improve recovery. Peptides and red light therapy. Combine GHK-CU with red light therapy to boost collagen production and enhance skin health. Peptides and intermittent fasting. Use peptides like GLP-1s or AOD 9604 during fasting windows to enhance fat burning and appetite control. Peptides and meditation. Pair thymosin alpha 1 with meditation or deep breathing practice to reduce stress and support immune healing. Peptides aren't one size fits all. So it's essential to track your progress and make adjustments. Work with a provider. Consult a healthcare provider or a biohacking expert to tailor your peptide stack and ensure safety. Track your metrics, keep an eye on things like your energy levels, your weight, your recovery time, and sleep quality to see how the peptides are working for you. And cycle the peptides. Many peptides work best when used in cycles to prevent your body from adapting. For example, use CJC 1295 for 12 weeks, followed by a break. All right, we've talked about everything. We've talked about what peptides are, the science of peptides, some of the past, present, and future of peptides, and how you can incorporate them into a biohacking and longevity lifestyle. What questions do you have? What more do you want to know about peptides? Do you think that you're going to use these in your biohacking journey? Where would you like to start? I want to know everything. Tell me. Tell me what you thought about this episode and if there are some topics that you would like to deep dive into further when it comes to peptides and biohacking and longevity. If you found this episode helpful, give me some likes and comments and share with everyone you know. But I am so happy that you have chosen to spend some time with me again this week learning everything about the power of peptides. I will see you again next week, but for now, cheers to biohacking your longevity.